when did you decide you wanted to be a contestant on American Ninja Warrior, and why?
So I was a rock climber, and in 2013 I started my first teaching job, and I'd gotten back into rock climbing, and so I started doing that, and then I watched American Ninja Warrior season 6 on TV, and I saw that the rock climbers were doing like really amazing on the course. So I told my stepdad, who at this point we had already built a rock climbing wall in my barn for me to train on just randomly. I told him that I wanted to start building obstacles and wanted to try out for American Ninja Warrior. So then I got my first call for season 7, and then I competed on season 7 in Kansas City. And then since then, I competed on season 9 last year in Daytona.
Oh, wow.
And then this will be my 3rd season.
3rd season, okay. Which leads right into the next question. I was looking at the schedule earlier. So they've already done some taping, so when are you going to be doing your taping?
So we'll film April 29th and 30th in
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis, yeah.
So are you going to have a cheering crowd, cheering section there in Indianapolis?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I think a few of my students from Metropolis Elementary School, because I teach PE over there, I think a few of them are going to get to go. My parents obviously make the trip every single season. And then I'm going to have a few kids from here, my Tenacity Training, that are going to get to go up to watch me. So I'm really excited. The funny thing is, this year is kind of like more about me just doing the best thing for me on the course.
So when did you start working for MASAC Unit 1?
This is my 3rd year at MASAC Unit 1, so my 3rd year at Metropolis Elementary School. So I started working for MES in 2015.
Okay.
So August of 2015 was when I started working for MES.
And you already answered one of my other questions was, what do you teach? So you teach PE.
Yeah, I teach elementary PE. It's one of my favorite things. A few years ago, I actually started the Martinez Challenge every week, and so I kind of have like this whole fitness thing going where one class a week, I see the kids twice a week, one class a week we do like this crazy hard Martinez Challenge. An example is one time it was 100 squats for time. Like, how quickly can you do your 100 squats? And it's really fun to see the kids that maybe wouldn't always be athletic getting behind something and like really working hard for their fitness.
So I was kind of curious, like, have you always been physically active, like as a kid? Or?
Yeah, definitely. And I think the thing that draws me most to ninja and activity is that it's always different. Like, I can't sit still well. I would not survive in a regular classroom. I need to be in the gym, I need to be moving around, things need to be happening. So with ninja, you can work on your upper body skills, your lower body skills, agility, you can hang from something, you can go run on something else, and it's all like working toward the betterment of your whole body.
And I guess obviously you've always been competitive then your whole life.
Oh yeah, I've always been competitive. I would set up like obstacle courses out in my backyard for my sister and I to run through. Which, it was always just me running through the courses. She would just watch. I don't know why. But
So
definitely would.
are you from Kentucky, or where are you from originally?
No, I'm from Vienna, Illinois. So I went to 1st through 12th grade at Vienna.
1st through 12th, okay.
Yeah.
So you're an Eagle.
Yeah,
Okay.
Vienna Eagle.
So then how did you get from Vienna all the way to the gym here and to Ninja Warrior? How did that come?
Absolutely. I started at Vienna, and through Vienna High School, I had opportunity to go to Murray State University. Went over there, was a racer for 4 years, got my bachelor's in physical education and health. So I'm a teacher. And then I came back home because I got a job through Meridian.
Okay.
And then from there, started rock climbing again, and then ended up at MASAC. Through MASAC, working there, I got in contact with a guy who owned CrossFit, and so we started doing a little pop-up ninja program in his gym, because at the time I kind of just had a bunch of obstacles built in my barn, and I couldn't let people play on them, you know?
Right.
And so we started doing that and had a lot of success with summer camps for ninja. We called it River to River Ninja. And then kind of that molded into the demand being bigger and bigger. And I got to see through my passion for fitness and for kids and obviously for obstacles and ninja that it could be something on its own.
Wow. And then how did this gym come about? That your grand opening is this Saturday, or?
Kind of an open house.
Open house, okay.
I would call it maybe a grand opening. I'm going to do a ribbon cutting.
Okay. So
maybe
this,
a soft opening.
Soft opening, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how did it come about that you were able to get this location, and how did they?
Yeah, I think it's crazy because I think God has perfect timing. And so I've come across different people in my past. Maybe it was sitting at Piper's coffee shop in Paducah and ran into Sean White, who ended up buying this building and gave me an opportunity for an amazing Sean White construction.
Construction, okay.
So White Brothers Construction. So I ran into him, and he and I started talking. He saw my passion for fitness and the need for a bigger space, but I just couldn't find the right one. And then I ended up at a competition in January where my boyfriend was looking at me, and he said, "You need to get your own space. Like, you could do this. You could have a gym, because there are ninja competitions in local gyms around the country." He's like, "You could have a gym." I'm like, started thinking about it. And then the next week, Sean messaged me and was like, "Hey, I might have an opportunity, a space for you." Went and looked at this space, and it was a mess. Like, I can show you a picture of what it looked like when we first got in here. Showed one of my trainers who trains with me, and he was just like, looked at it, and he's like, I don't see it. You're not gonna turn this into a ninja gym. I was like, okay, fine, let's do it. And then from there, just kind of started branding out, figuring out what I wanted to call myself. Went with tenacity, because tenacity means to grip something firmly. And I think that building grit and tenacity in kids is very important. And even in adults, it's important to have that characteristic, that character trait in your life.
What do you hope that your appearance on American Ninja Warrior will accomplish, or what's your goal?
I'm hoping that this year this is my third season, right, on the show. And I'm hoping that this season I can really showcase the skills that I've been really working hard to gain. And then also just bring awareness to the fact that kids can do fitness and have fun with it. You don't have to be a soccer player, a baseball player, or a football player to be physically active. You can find something like ninja or karate or something like that that you can do, and you can still find activity. So I want to gain awareness for kids' fitness.
Okay.
And then also I have a kid at the school who has special needs, and so I'm really hoping that if he gets to come with me to Daytona, or if he gets to come with me to Indianapolis this season, that we can kind of run some awareness for Down syndrome as well. So my plan at this point is to be able to wear two different kinds of socks. So you know how Down syndrome they'll do for the awareness day, they'll wear two crazy socks to kind of showcase it. And so I'm really hoping to kind of bring awareness to that. So I would say my two biggest platforms this year for the show are kids fitness and raising some awareness to like Down syndrome.
Okay. Out of all the obstacles, which there are a ton of them on the show, and what's your favorite, and then what's your least favorite, and why?
So my favorite is upper body, like anything upper body, which you can kind of probably tell. And my least favorite is spinning things. So like the spinning log, they just stress me out, like my brain.
Is that the one like that where the log is spinning, you have to jump to another one?
Yeah, or you'll have to like run across the log to something else and then run across the log again, and it's like spinning the whole time.
So that's your least favorite.
Yeah, it just messes with my head.
So in your other two seasons, how well did you go? How well did you do, or how?
Yeah, my first season I failed on the Big Dipper, so that was an obstacle where you had to hold onto this bar and it slid down this track, and it released you off, and you had to grab this net. And I touched the net, but I didn't grab it, so I was like so close to being able to do it. And the next season, last year in Daytona, I ended up falling off of this obstacle. It was kind of weird. You had to like wrap your arms around it, and it slid once again down this track, and then you had to launch onto this platform, like this padded platform situation. So I failed on those, but I like seriously think that I'm going to do really good this year, just as long as I can stay out of my head, stay focused. So.
And then, as far as like your gym that you're opening, is it obviously open to the public, but are you going to have like memberships, or how is that going to work?
So we kind of started at what I've been calling Team Tenacity, where I have some little ninjas and some adult ninjas who have been traveling around the country with me competing in different competitions. There are some leagues like the National Ninja League. So we're going to have 6-week classes for right now, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays in the evenings. Those will include classes for 4 to 6-year-olds, 7 to 10-year-olds, 11 to 14-year-olds. Then we'll have a teen class, and then we'll have an adult class on those nights as well. And then I'm also going to do weekly competition nights. So on Thursday evenings, at the end of the evening, you can pay a little bit of money to come compete, run through a course like we would on the show. And then at the end of the night, whoever got the most points gets to take home half of whatever the proceeds were from that night. So a little cash incentive to come play on some obstacles.
Awesome.
And then we're also going to do a bunch of summer camps. So that's my favorite time of year. Since I'm a teacher, I have my summers off, so it's perfect. I can just come out and we'll have summer camps from 9 to 11 for a 5-day camp.
Awesome.
So the price point on the 6-week classes is $99.
Okay.
And then the price for the summer camps is $150. And they get a brand new 2018 summer camp t-shirt.
Awesome. So what have you been working on for season 3? I mean, after your first 2 seasons, what have you been concentrating on, like more, or have you, or tell me what your training regimen is?
Oh yeah, I've been doing a lot more CrossFit. So my first season, I was rock climbing, mountain biking a lot. My second season that I competed, I was doing a little bit of CrossFit, but still mountain biking quite a bit. And this year I've been doing a lot of CrossFit, working with Team Tenacity on running through courses and trying to build up some more upper body strength. I think that's where the show is going, is you have to be strong and powerful. And so you just have to practice it. You know, like the salmon ladder that I just did, like you have to be powerful enough to do that after you've already done 4 other obstacles.
Thinking about watching the show and, you know, wow, I can't even imagine. So if people want to follow you and your journey on this season of Ninja Warrior, how can they find you?
You can find my personal information on Nicole, Nicole, the number 1, Renee. That is on Instagram. So Renee is Renee.
Okay.
If you want to follow what's going on at Tenacity and how we're doing things, it's just Tenacity Paducah.
Okay.
So tenacitypaducah.com or at Tenacity Paducah on Instagram.
Okay.
And we have Facebook as well.
And so you'll be posting a lot on social media as the time gets closer.
Oh yeah. Got to keep everybody up to date.
I know what I was thinking. Okay, if someone is thinking of, you know, happens to see this video on YouTube or whatever, or if they're kind of interested, like, I'd kind of like to try that, do they have to be in perfect shape, perfect condition, or you know, tell me, would you encourage people to come out and try it, even if they're not in the best shape, or?
Oh, absolutely. The thing that I love, like sincerely, the thing that I love most about Ninja is that everyone can be successful at something. So you may not be able to do the salmon ladder yet, but I couldn't do it when I first started either. You know, just because I'm at this point now, and that's part of my whole platform and my video audition for this season of Ninja, is that I started where I could literally do 1 pull-up. And I know some of you guys may not even be able to do 1 pull-up, but I could only do 1. Now I can do like 15. And that was just 3 years ago. So it's all small steps. You have to have tenacity, work hard, and just take those small steps, one thing at a time. You'll get stronger. So come out, check it out. It's great. You can always balance on something, try and run up the 3 different warp walls or do something along those lines.